An incredible relic of Christian archaeology was discovered in the most unlikely of places, beneath an Israeli prison. The prison happened to be located next to the ancient ruins of Megiddo, and Christian theology predicts that Megiddo is the place where the final battle, the apocalypse, will be fought by the forces of good and evil. Well, after years...
Beneath an ordinary prison in Israel, an ancient secret lay undisturbed for nearly 2,000 years. The prisoners who walked over it day after day had no idea they were treading on one of the most important archaeological discoveries of modern times. When archaeologists began digging at Megiddo Prison in 2005, they expected to find ordinary artifacts, perhaps some pottery, old foundations, or relics from past civilizations. But what they found was something extraordinary. A massive mosaic, perfectly preserved beneath the prison floor. Experts are calling this the most significant Christian archaeological find since the Dead Sea Scrolls. It is the oldest known Christian mosaic ever discovered, and it contains a message that is shaking up historians and theologians alike, because it proves that the earliest Christians worshipped Jesus as God. How could such an important piece of history have remained hidden for so long? What else does the mosaic reveal about the first Christians? And why is this discovery being compared to the Dead Sea Scrolls? Before we explore this groundbreaking discovery, make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on more fascinating revelations like this. The discovery of the Megiddo Mosaic was, in many ways, a complete accident. In 2005, the Israeli government had plans to expand the Megiddo Prison, located in the Jezreel Valley of northern Israel. Before breaking ground on any new construction, a team of archaeologists from the Israel Antiquities Authority, IAA, was called in to conduct a routine excavation, just in case there were any important artifacts buried underground. Beneath the prison floor, archaeologists uncovered the remains of an ancient Christian prayer hall dating back to around 230 AD, one of the earliest known Christian places of worship. The structure was remarkably well preserved. Its walls and floors contained intricate mosaics, inscribed with Greek text and early Christian symbols. These inscriptions provided the earliest known written evidence of Christians worshiping Jesus as God. For nearly 2,000 years, this treasure lay hidden beneath layers of history, waiting to be uncovered. The Megiddo Mosaic covers about 581 square feet, making it one of the largest and oldest Christian mosaics ever found. But its true significance lies not just in its size, but in the messages it contains. There are several key inscriptions in the mosaic that offer a rare glimpse into the beliefs and lives of early Christians. One inscription honors a man named Gaianus, a Roman officer who personally funded part of the mosaic's construction. This is an incredible discovery because it suggests that some Romans, who were still actively persecuting Christians at the time, were actually supporting the faith. Another part of the mosaic mentions 5 women by name: Akeptus, Primilla, Syriaca, Dorothea, and Cresta. It's rare to find women's names inscribed in ancient places of worship, and this suggests that women played an important role in early Christian communities. And then, at the center of the mosaic, archaeologists found something truly groundbreaking. One inscription, written in ancient Greek, contains the most significant message of all. It reads, "The God-loving Akeptus has offered the table to God Jesus Christ as a memorial." At first glance, this might seem like a simple dedication, but its implications are monumental. This inscription is the oldest known written evidence that early Christians worshipped Jesus as God. Before this discovery, scholars debated when the belief in Jesus' divinity fully developed. Some argued that early Christians only saw Jesus as a great teacher or prophet, and that the idea of him being God emerged much later, after church councils and theological debates. But this mosaic, dating back to at least 230 AD, proves that Christians were already worshipping Jesus as divine long before Emperor Constantine legalized Christianity in 313 AD, and before the Council of Nicaea officially affirmed Jesus' divinity in 325 AD. Epigraphist Leah D. Segni, an expert in ancient inscriptions, explains that the Greek text uses a form of shorthand called nomina sacra, a sacred way of abbreviating divine names. The phrase Tho if ho, God Jesus Christ, was carefully inscribed, showing that early Christians recognized Jesus not just as a prophet or teacher, but as God himself. Another fascinating detail in the Mosaic is how it honors specific individuals from the early Christian community. Most ancient inscriptions from this time period ask for God to remember someone. But in this mosaic, it is the community that is asked to remember 5 women by name. This is extremely rare in ancient texts. It suggests that these women were significant figures, possibly leaders or benefactors within the Christian community. Were they martyrs? Deaconesses? Important members of the congregation? We may never know for sure, but their names have now been preserved for all time. The Megiddo Mosaic is more than just an ancient artifact. It is a game-changer for biblical archaeology. For years, scholars have debated how early Christians viewed Jesus. Some have claimed that belief in Jesus' divinity was a later development, a doctrine added by church councils. But this mosaic proves that Christians were already worshiping Jesus as God, at least 100 years before the Council of Nicaea. Bobby Duke, director of the Scholars Initiative at the Museum of the Bible, called this arguably the most important archaeological discovery for understanding the early Christian church. It also challenges what we thought we knew about Christianity's relationship with the Roman Empire. The fact that a Roman officer funded this mosaic suggests that Christianity may have been gaining acceptance among some Romans long before Constantine's conversion. For believers, this mosaic is a powerful reminder of the faith of the earliest Christians, men and women who risked everything to worship Jesus in secret. Today, the Megiddo Mosaic is on display at the Museum of the Bible in Washington, D.C. The exhibition, titled The Megiddo Mosaic, Foundations of Faith, will be open until July 25, 2025. After the exhibition ends, the mosaic will be carefully transported back to Israel, where it will be permanently displayed near the site of its discovery. If you ever have the chance to visit, you'll be standing face to face with one of the most important Christian artifacts in history, a direct link to the earliest followers of Jesus. The discovery of the Megiddo Mosaic has reshaped what we know about early Christianity. It proves that the earliest Christians worshipped Jesus as God. It challenges the idea that belief in Jesus' divinity was a later invention. It reveals a thriving Christian community in the 3rd century, even in the presence of Roman authorities. This mosaic is a treasure from the past that speaks powerfully to us today. So, what do you think about this incredible find? Does it change the way you view early Christianity? Let us know in the comments below. And if you found this discovery fascinating, don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another deep dive into history and faith.